It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Denver Nuggets. Some good basketball lately by Denver. Nice job they've been doing over the last 10 games. 8 wins and not having too many problems. You know, Denver is a team that is bound to go through some rough patches as they grow. With that said, there are things in place here that are positives. Like what?
They're still one of the better teams on the offensive glass. Several guys on the team, especially the Manimal from Brick City, he just got a nose for getting those rebounds. You know, they've made big strides on the defensive end under my main man, Coach Mike Malone.
Denver will always be a tough team at home due to that high altitude.
Oh,
yeah, man, you run it up and down. You talking about burning your chest in that first quarter. That's when they get you. If they don't get you in the first quarter, they won't get you, but they typically do.
Did that ever affect you, Shaq, the altitude in Denver?
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latina, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's become an annual tradition and a very good one. Before the action gets going here, let's go to...
Well, Kevin, his team is 0-2 against them this year, and he said this squad has turned out to be a much tougher opponent for us than I think or anyone else realized. Guys, on paper, it does look like a favorable matchup for them. We'll see if things go according to form today or if they lose their third straight of the season to them.
Thank you, David. So the Rockets win the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Denver, Gallinari and Fareed, the duo at the forward. Will Barton is out there with Young. And it's Singh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Oh, and the D can't back off of Young. When they do, he hits them with the pull-up.
Nene with the screen on Barton. The 3 from Harden. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to go on Will Barton.
You know, the thing about James Harden, though, there's really no perfect way to defend him. I mean, he can torch you from deep, drives the lane as well as anybody, and especially when he's looking to create contact. And in many ways, your best defense against him is a good offense. You try to match some of his points by scoring on the other end. Well documented that maybe defense not his strength, but, you know, that's an area where if you want to have success, you're going to have to do a good job on that end.
He hits the second from the line. And thinking about ways to stop Harden, part of the problem is that he's really built like no other player out there.
Physically, he's got that barrel of a body, the long arms, and just enough quickness to blow by you. He's elusive, yet always looking for contact, which is why he lives at the free throw line.
Love seeing Prez rise up for the jam. Just terrific at finishing those opportunities. Real strength of his.
And Beverly kicks to Turner. Nene outside. Turner against Gallinari. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Prez. Young outside. To the inside. And there's Prez on the assist from Young. Prez has got his second bucket of the game to go. As you know, in the NBA, everybody knows everybody. But Prez has taken that phrase to heart. I don't think there's a single part of the league, you know, guys, he doesn't interact with.
I mean, he's certainly a social butterfly in that regard. But Prez is a very forthcoming guy, and he isn't afraid to reach out to another player or figure in the league. Not surprising he's so connected.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Nene, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
That they did, and he's the one guy on D you can't leave alone, or he's going to get to the bucket over and over. Just torch them there.
And it's put back in by Fareed.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Beasley the screen. Harden dishes to Beasley. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Stolen by Harden. Down low. He wants to get it to Nene and does. It's stolen by Prez. Here's Barton, and it's Denver scoring again. Here's Beverly, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Well, Brent, we all know that you come from a huge basketball family. Your dad, Rick, leading the way and in the Hall of Fame, and your brothers all played at various levels. What was it like coming up in a basketball-centric household?
Well, first of all, thanks for the underhanded compliment there. You got that, Kevin?
Yeah.
Sorry about
Free
that.
throws, yes. I got it.
It was a lot of fun. Having 2 older brothers and 1 younger was very, very competitive. So maybe some of the sapling from the fruits of that tree dripped into us with regards to playing the game. And just was around it. So it felt very natural to be in the locker room, to be on the gym floor, and then eventually push the potential to see where you could get.
And some pretty good discussions around the family dinner table, I'm sure, on the game.
Some decent ones, but Kevin, we played a lot more wiffle ball, soccer, Nerf football than basketball, and most of those games never ever got to the ending. Too much fighting. Too much
some bloody
fighting.
lips. 1:52 left in the first quarter. And Young kicks to Harris. It's Jokic top of the key, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Brewer, he's checked in for James Harden. John Lure, he's checked in for Rockets trail by 9. So on the floor for Denver. Gallinari and Fareed, the duo at the forward. Young is out there with Murray, and it's Singh in at the 5. Ariza no luck.
Well, he could not have been any more wide open, guys. Wow, I bet he nails that shot next time he gets a clean look.
Here's Singh. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Rockets delivered quite a performance. He scored 34 points and also was a pest on defense with a lot of steals. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, David. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
Yeah, and it's another instance where he just proves that he's one of those guys who can step up and win a game for you practically all by himself.
And that one, good. Rockets trail by 9.
And you talk about a scorer who can just get red hot. Jamal Murray is that guy. Once he hits a few from deep, he just gets in his groove and can pick apart a defense. Will attack the rim and mix it up on offense if the D starts to overplay his jump shot.
The Nuggets leading by 7. Gallinari outside. Floats one, and it's laid in by Prez. Prez has got 10 points.
And Prez scores from anywhere, inside, outside. This guy does it all.
Outside, Gordon shoots the 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Deadly from behind the three-point line in that game, and it really gave them the ability, I felt, to stretch that defense out.
Yeah, the D had no choice but to bring guys out high, and that did give their offense a lot of room to operate, and they took advantage.
And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way. Singh the pass to Murray. And he makes good on the layup. Murray's got his second bucket.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
Knocked loose. There's a screen. Beverly dishes to Harden. The Rockets again can't hit. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough, and then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
And maybe you can get away with defending one of those areas weakly, but if you're too soft on the inside and slow to react and close out on the perimeter game, that's not a game you're going to win.
And with Gallinari, he is a guy who, if he gets a few to drop early, it does wonders for his game. His confidence build, it soars, in fact, and he just feeds off his own energy to put up big numbers.
Well, there's sometimes those games where Gallinari has those moments and gets that look. He'll start to pull up from deep and drain shots and start looking at the crowd, firing up his teammates. And once he gets that confidence going, he'll start backing down smaller defenders and become a complete offensive player.
Here's Nene in the corner. Moniunas with it. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And you can see how dangerous that catch-and-shoot game can be. Will Barton continues to impress.
And Brewer kicks to Beasley. He feeds it to Nene. And the call will be against Prez. That's foul number 2 for him.
I approve that steal.
That is a terrible foul to commit. He now has 2, and he's going to have to play more conservative from now on.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. .131 left here in the second. Barton kicks to Prez. The shot, and Denver again with the bucket.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Turner with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic passes to Harris. Barton against Beasley. Barton, no luck. Rockets trail by 19. Jokic with the steal. 35 seconds left in the first half. Young's shot is off. And for Houston, their shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. No good from Beasley.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Rockets shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Here is Brewer. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Feeds to Turner. Hits the jumper. Turner's got his first basket.
I think he recognized the size mismatch. No reason to pass out of that. Just rise up and knock it down.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Nuggets on top as they wrap up the second quarter with a massive 16-6 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. I love the energy, fellas. I really do.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Greg, if he didn't steal the other team's playbook. His anticipation, unreal.
Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Turner is out there with Beasley. Then it's Nene in at the center position. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Here's Beverly, and he gets the bucket. Beverly's got his second bucket of the night. The Brent U1 titles in San Antonio, they led the way, but it seems like nowadays smaller market teams are becoming just as competitive as the ones in big cities.
Well, I think for guys, they understand watching these small market teams over the course of the last 10, even 15 years, seeing the success that the teams are having not only on the floor winning championships, but individually where these players show up. They're showing up in commercials. They've got their shoe deals. So the idea of the mass market has gone away. You can have the same kind of exposure, Kevin, as long as you're on one of those 30 NBA teams. They're going to find you.
So much is on TV. You talked about this before. So much is online. Every game is seen. Every player is talked about.
Yeah, there's no way that you can hide from that kind of exposure. So guys who are looking at teams in the future of where it is that they'd like to play the game, big cities really aren't mattering as much to them anymore.
And the call will be against Prez.
And I approve
and
that
that'll be his third foul so far.
Presidential pardon.
Stolen by Fareed.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy, the players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. And Young kicks to Gallinari. That's tipped. And Nene gets it to go on the assist by Turner. Nene's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Prez with the bucket.
They're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Yeah, maybe these matchups aren't the best for his defense. I'm sure he's taking...
35 seconds left to play here in the third.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, real quick. They got to get a shot off almost right away.
Nene, the screen. In the corner, it's Brewer. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Houston, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Denver leading by 9. And here's Young. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Prez with the bucket.
And that's what Prez does so well. A tremendous scorer who tries his best to only take quality shots.
It's stolen by Prez. He can't get it to go. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here is Harden. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Gallinari and Jokic at the forward spots. Will Barton is out there with Young. And it's Singh in at the 5 down low. Harden's shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Make those mistakes.
The Rockets making a switch here. Everly's checked in. Kenneth Fareed's checked in for Denver. Rockets trail by 11. The feed to Nene. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. And it's 8 points for Nene.
They really did a nice job of getting the ball into an area where good things tend to happen, and they did.
And Fareed kicks to Gallinari. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
Well, the defense has to close out on Gallinari. He's shooting the three. That's where he's dangerous.
Beverly dishes to Beasley. Beverly the pass to Nene. And that one drops.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
The scoring mindset has been unbelievably aggressive on both sides. Defensively, though, neither team has made the effort. Boy, he's in rhythm. Everything he's throwing up tonight looks like it's going in, and it generally has.
Beasley sets a screen for Beverly. Down low. Releases. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut back down now to 10 as they pick up the bucket from Nene. And Young kicks to Barton. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Fareed a screen on Turner. Barton dishes to Prez. And again, it's Denver.
Prez in the mid-range looking very, very comfortable, showing off his shooting ability right there.
Young against Beverly. Dishes to Turner. No one near him. That one wide left.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Young with no one around. And again, Denver with the triple.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. And the baseline jumper, no good. The Nuggets leading by 15. Gallinari passes to Young. To the middle. Prez, no good.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Now Beverly. He kicks to Beasley. Harden outside. Clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. Another miss by Harden. Denver's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Singh. And Harden comes to help. Prez, no good.
Well, the defense knew exactly how to play his man there. An outstanding effort.
Gallinari with the steal. Young outside. To the paint. And finish off by Prez.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Well, let's give credit to where it is due. They refused to take their foot off the gas pedal, even after it was obvious they were in full control of this basketball game.
Every season, Brent, so much exciting young talent always coming into the NBA.
Well, that's what the league is really predicated on, is young drafted players who come in and change the fortunes of a franchise around. I think we're about to see some of that take place in Minnesota with Karl Anthony Towns.
One of my favorite young players, only 1 year at Kentucky.
And another guy who people look at with regards to his position, Kevin, and say they can't quite figure out what it is that he does not do well.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Monty Eunice is checked in for beat. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise.
Hey, man, you're playing great right now, but you just got to start watching out for those post-game fouls.
So for David Aldridge,
that's not a foul.
Foul and shot. Tech for talking.
That's my feet were playing. That's
good
good
defense. Got a lot to learn from me,
defense.
Prez. Got a lot to learn from old Denver.
We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3 to start the third quarter.
He was just having a ball out there, making big plays up and down the court. It didn't matter who or what defensive scheme was on him. He just took the challenge.